Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Is it live? Yes, it's live. It's live now. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Um, I am going to be channeling for the collective twin flame readings, or to put it another way, divine masculine, divine feminine. Those in alignment, those at a very high vibe, getting together in healthy relationships, and what the guys have to say about that. Stick around for that. I'll also be giving mini reads as well. So if you're on here live with me, you can get one of those. Check out the pinned comment, the comment that's pinned up top of the live chat that tells you how to get a mini read. It's by donation. There's a PayPal link in that comment for your donations. You can also use Super Chat or Super Sticker here on YouTube if that's easier for you. Then do that. After you've done your donation, put a capital Q at the start of your comment with your question in for your reading. Now, your question can be very specific, or it can be general guidance, or guidance for your career, guidance for your love life, whatever you want. Get those coming in. I'm feeling very good today. I'm very energetic. Woke up super early this morning, like 5 o'clock. 5:30, I was out for a run in the dark. I got back just as the sun was coming up, and been working for a while already. I've got new glasses too, and I like them. Yum. Coffee. My second coffee today. Hey Maria, how are you? Okay, so let's get some cards out then for the collective. Get those donations coming in throughout, and I'll batch them up as they come in for those mini reads. And welcome if you're new. And join our Facebook group if you're not already in it. There's a link to it. And let's do this. Okay, cards. Let's start out with the Tarot of Mystical Moments. See what the guides want to go on about today. I had a really good day yesterday. Life is good right now. It's getting hot here. It's really heating up. But what did I do yesterday? I went for a long walk on the beach, which was really nice. There's a few drunk people around. I didn't miss that. I didn't miss that at all during COVID times, but now the island's really busy again. You go out for a walk in the morning and they're still out from the night before and drunk, like on the beach. It's a bit bizarre when you're exercising in the morning amongst drunk people. There's not that many, but there are a few, and it's weird. Anyway, so there's that going on. And then after that, I went for a swim, did my laps, freestyle laps, in the long pool here, and that was good. I did about, 600, 700 meters? Yeah. Adding some sprint laps in there as well. Fast laps. What else did I do? Oh, and then then I came home and I was super, super hungry. So I ate a lot. Pasta and chicken and pasta and, cauliflower and broccoli and big bowl of food. And then I went to the hospital and I met my mate because I've got you good? Maria, good. Okay. I went to hospital to get my blood pressure checked because I was meant to go last week, but I was too sick, so I didn't go. So I went yesterday, and my friend, my trainer friend, the young one, he wanted to see me about my phone because he couldn't. He set it up in English, right? And he's not English. He set it up in English though, and when he's tried to download the apps, it comes up with a thing saying tap the button, but by the button it comes out and it says double click. It doesn't say double click at the bottom, it says double click at the top. And he wasn't reading double and understanding it. And so you just got to do it twice. It's like, So anyway, he sat outside the hospital with me while I was relaxing because I ride my bike there, and there's a big hill in between me and the hospital, and so I'm exercising. And if you're exercising, your blood pressure goes up to move that blood around, right? Your body when you're exercising, and it goes back down again half an hour later. So I've got to sit outside hospital 20 minutes, 30 minutes before I go in, which is really boring. And so I tend to just cut it short and then go in and then regret it. But he sat outside with me, chatting and showing me this game that he plays and all kinds of things. So that was kind of nice, spending some time with him. And then my blood pressure was 123 over 70. Yay! So it's really good. It's really good now. So that's fantastic. So I was happy about that. And what did I do? Can't remember. think that was it then. Oh no, I did some more strength training. Wow. Yeah, I had a very active day yesterday. Feeling good. What have we got here? We've got the Nine of Cups. This is about your wishes, your heart's wishes. Now, the nine, excuse me, nine's when we're talking pentacles and cups. It's by yourself, happy by yourself kind of thing, making your heart's wishes come true by yourself. So, this is you, knowing what your wishes are and getting them fulfilled by yourself, by other people around you, you know, like friends, Romans, countrymen, just people around you, friends. It's being satisfied in your life, right? Not waiting on a relationship to satisfy all the wishes that you've got. But for your 10th cup, the happily ever after with someone else. So there's 9 cups you can fill by yourself, right? And then that 10th cup is your happily ever after person. Temperance. You don't have to wait for that one. Tell us something new. Tell us something we don't know, guys. Okay. What else? Reciprocation. We're waiting on reciprocation. Who else is with us this morning? Say hello in the comments. Don't just watch me like a weirdo. 6 of Pentacles and the Fool. So we're waiting on reciprocation before we will go all in kind of thing. So this suggests to me that it's not a time to be like dating, trying different people out, unless you're at the stage where you're kind of practicing your boundaries and practicing noticing those red flags and how to deal with them and how to say no, how to turn someone down, how to be selective. Unless you're doing that right now, carry on doing that. But if you're not doing that, if you're all kind of set, knowing what it is that you want, happy days, happy life, making your wishes come true and all of that kind of thing, then you just kind of have to wait for that final cup to come in, because reciprocation, it's got to be reciprocated, right? You're going to be all in when it comes in, when that reciprocation comes in. You feel there's movement on the horizon. That's good. There's movement on my horizon, not with relationships. Well, it might be, but I don't know. I'm focused on something else at the moment, and it's very exciting. You might pick it up on my energy. It's very exciting. I bumped into someone on the beach and talked to them about it, of my plans. It's about the new YouTube channel. But there's something very exciting happening around that. Like, something showed up a couple of days ago, and I jumped on the opportunity straight away. And, exciting. And that's that 9 of Cups kind of energy, you know? Just keep on with your wishes, keep living your life, keep on making your dreams come true and all of that, and wait for that reciprocal one to come in. And this often comes up in readings too, in personal readings that I do. Sometimes we're not ready yet for our person. And what I mean by that is, sometimes the people that are destined for us are destined, have got a different energy than we're currently at. Meaning, perhaps the person that you're going to end up with is super successful or something, and you're going to be super successful, but you need to get yourself to that energy first. It could be something like that, or there's things for you to kind of learn first, or an energy for you to get yourself into, because the long-term relationships, when we lock those in, we can only bring them in when we're of the energy. What do I mean by that? The long-term relationships are the ones that are more aligned with our potential, right? And this is what we do when we meet people, right? We see their potential, fall in love with that kind of thing. Well, we've got to do that for ourselves, see our potential and go for that first. And then, it doesn't mean that you have to do it all. It just means you have to get into a certain energy, and then that attracts in the ones that can be the long term. Because if you attract them into the energy you're at the moment, it tends to be short term, because you're going to step up, you're going to grow, right? So we're waiting on the reciprocal one, the one that is that match, the long term kind of thing. And the full card there is just saying, like, when it comes along, you'll be all in. Like you won't be getting readings about it and asking about it. You'll be like, yeah, this is it for sure. It's it. The Empress, because you've got it going on. You're building your empire. You're doing your thing. You know what you deserve and all of that. And so no longer even looking and asking anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got so much going on, because you're in your life and owning that and all of that. It's very positive energy. What else do you want to tell us, guys? The Star. Hopeful. You're the Empress and you're hopeful that your match is out there coming in, making their way towards you. Seven of Wands. Well, looking at the picture, Seven of Wands is about protection, but in this deck, just looking at the picture, he's got a very peculiar tattoo with love, because it's written straight and bodies on a flat canvas like that, so it's an incorrect tattoo, right? Imagine if your tattoo were a straight print like that in a weird pose like that. It's just not real. But it does have a love tattoo on him there, and he's breaking free. He's getting out of what he's been in, breaking free. Tattoos are very interesting, right? Feels like he's going with his heart now. I just did a daily energy. I did two, in fact. 10th and the 11th of April I recorded just now. And the 11th is very interesting. They're both interesting, in fact, 10th and 11th. But the 11th really got me excited. Not so much about relationships, though. It's about other stuff. So that's what we're talking about. I wonder why the wait. Let's see what the other decks have to tell us. We talked a little bit about the wait, didn't we, on Wednesday? Why the wait? With masculine catching up a little, but having to find a need to do it, and do what? To tap into their feminine side so they can be a whole person, doing the work, that kind of thing, sorting their emotional selves out. There's that. But interestingly enough, I watched a movie last night, and it was called Swiped. And it was about some kids going to college, and this nerdy kid that was good at coding got put into a dorm room, whatever, and his roommate was a jock, and this jock guy wanted an app, so just a hookup app, because apparently it wasn't soulless enough, Tinder and all of that. You wanted an app where you didn't have to see them again, you didn't need to know anything about your name or anything like that. It was really brutal. It was like toxic masculine hookup app. And he wanted the nerd to do it. Of course, the nerd had a heart, didn't want to do it. But the nerd was the only one that had the abilities to code this thing. And so, jock guy who had money said to the nerd, "Oh, you should be at like a better uni than this." And he's like, "Yeah, but I'm too poor." And he said, "Well, if you code this app for me, I will give you the money to go to one of those good unis. And so he did it. And of course, it all worked out really bad. And it's when his mum started using the app that he pulled it down. It's like, no. So there's all these women getting really hurt, like, because they would meet up with these guys and they were like, "No, you don't need to know my name, don't need anything, I'm not spending any money on you, I'm not," it was just really brutal. And then he had, because he pulled the app down, then he had to hide from the jocks because they were all out to kill him. And he hid in his girls' frat house, or whatever you call them. I don't know, American stuff is weird. But we don't have that stuff in other countries. But one of those houses where all the girls live, um, they they took him in, and they wanted an app. Then they wanted an app um, from the women's perspective, and it's like, well, what do you want then? And he was pretty much, telling them, well, you just need to be yourselves, and you just need to say no. If the women don't go on that app, then men ain't gonna, get what they want from it. And so you're the app. The women is the app. You've got the power to say no, and the power to only allow in what it is that you want. And when they got that empowerment from him without an app, that's when they did. They stood up to the guys and they didn't do the hookup with them and all of that kind of thing. But I thought it very interesting, that a movie like that showed itself to me last night, because with what we were talking about on Wednesday. About the men having to have a reason to, because if they're getting the needs met, right, then they don't have a reason to step up. Sometimes we need to give them a reason. So it's just interesting, something to think about. I need to close the curtain. It's that time of year when the sun comes through. It's too bright. Hey, who's in the cafe with us today? You're all watching. Not many. It's very quiet today. What's on? What's on? What's on in your country? Why is it quiet? Is there a festival? It's the last day of March here. April Fool's Day tomorrow. What have you got planned? I got more kitchen stuff yesterday delivered. Still waiting on the shelves though. The right shelves. It's going to take ages to get the right shelves through because they haven't. I cancelled and it's packed up in a box, the one that I want to return, but they haven't accepted the return request yet. It's going to take a long time to get the new shelves. Okay, guys, what do you want? What do you want to tell us about all of this? Oh, no problem. Yay, Maiden of Water. She plays, she has fun with the dolphins. She's very light and free, the Maiden of Water. Let's read her out. The Maiden of Water plays with the dolphins, splashes in the waves. She promises a fresh, youthful approach filled with positive energy. Woo. So, Divine Feminine being that. And it feels like being that, getting on with your own stuff at the moment. I'll tell you about my exciting thing. So, I was going to bed a couple of nights ago, Wednesday night, and sometimes as I'm going to bed, I will watch some YouTube videos if something's popped up from my subscription thing that I'm interested in watching. Anyway, what popped up is two, Justine and Mr. Who's the Boss both put videos out about, sponsored videos about a new gimbal. Now, I nearly bought from Insta360. I nearly bought a camera from Insta360 a while ago, but then I decided against it. And more for vlogging. I've got a vlogging camera, but the AI in the user interface, the UI, is horrible, and it hurts my brain, and I just can't use it because of it. The settings I can't figure out. It's got this stupid little screen on it, and it's not intuitive, and I think every camera's like that, but I've not used cameras like that, and it just, when your brain just doesn't want to go there, I'm just like, I put it away. I'm like, I cannot deal with this. So I've never used it. What a waste of money. I better sell that. So when I saw one of these 360 cameras, it looked better for things that I would want to shoot, more active kind of things, but still it was like, not really better user interface and all of that, but still not right. Anyway, they just brought out, and so these influencers were putting it out there, a gimbal, but it's more than a gimbal. It's got artificial intelligence too. So a gimbal, that floats your phone around. It's for a phone, so you put your phone in it, and it floats your phone around, so you can go for a run, hold it in your hand, and it'll steady shots. But it's also telescopic selfie stick kind of thing with the tripod at the bottom as well, so extendable tripod, and it does a lot of different kind of shots. They're marketing it pretty much as like single content creators personal assistant kind of thing. It's a device that you can do a hell of a lot more shooting without having someone else there, right? And it's like, this is what I've been waiting for, something like this, something that means that I can start this thing off without having someone to do that filming work for me, because I recognized already what I want to do with the new YouTube channel. I know from filming already, it's going to be so difficult by myself. And then when I was watching those, I'm just like, this is it. This means I can do it by myself if I get one of these. So I got straight online and I bought one right away. And so that is exciting, and I'm excited to play with that. And the lady that I bumped into on the beach is a local photographer here. And so I told her about it. She's like, I've got an Insta360 camera. She hadn't heard of the gimbal. I'm like, well, it's just out. It was just out last night, so I bought one. I said, but I'll be able to do a lot of things by myself with it, but there is still some stuff that I will need someone to film. And so I'm like, you do that kind of thing? She said, yeah, I do that kind of thing. I can do that for you. So now I've got someone that can come in and do the filming when I need it. So that's very exciting. I can get on with that now. Just need a name and a concept for my channel. It's all coming together nicely. I love it when things like that happen, when the right thing shows up, which is the solution to the dilemma. I was thinking the solution to the dilemma was a partner that could do it for me, but alas, now I can do it myself. The mother of water, maiden of water, mother of water. She's like, bring it on. Your son's a photographer and videographer. Cool. Mother of water. I was very interested in it when I was a kid. Remember, like, the big trolleys, the big camera trolleys that they used to have, like the BBC and stuff. I was fascinated. I think I watched a documentary about camera work or something like that, and I was fascinated by it. Not enough to actually do it though. The mother of water, well, I kind of do, but I don't. But the technology we've got now is amazing. Mother of water brings down the rain. She nourishes the relationships and feelings that are needed for life to flourish. Yes. So positive energy and inviting more emotional feeling, better feeling energy into your life as well. It feels like this energy gets on a roll, being more playful, invites more emotional, good feeling energy in. Things get better and better. And then what? When you're happy enough where you are, that's the Nine of Pentacles. That's the single independent kind of thing. Happy enough where you are without someone. So things getting better and better for you alone. And the circle. The circle is about asking your guides for stuff. It's like bring it on, bring more, bring what I want next kind of thing. Let's read it out. The circle is the Hanged Man. Creating a safe and clean environment, setting boundaries, focusing exclusively on the spiritual for a time. Sacred space. So doing your own thing, the Hanged Man, following your own path. It's when you get going on something. It's interesting, isn't it, that this guidance is coming out just when I'm getting in my creative mind. I haven't started anything yet, but my mind is alive with concepts and things that I can do, and it's all very exciting. I got this excited before I got that camera, and that was ages ago, and it's sat in a box ever since. I got excited to do this then, and then it was just like, this is shit. This camera, it might be a very good camera, but I can't use it. It's not intuitive enough. But you know what? I can use this phone. This phone. Even though the camera makes me look like I've got bad skin damage. It's a really good camera, and I don't care about how high definition and contrasty it is. If I can use the phone, it's got to be usable for me, right? And it's good. Anyway. So sacred space, getting in the flow, doing our own thing, happy where we're at. And then what? Woo! The Ace of Pentacles, big offer, big opportunity. Let's read the Ace of Pentacles. It's always nice to read the aces out, don't you think? Because they're exciting cards. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Earth. The Ace of Earth contains the potential one could hope for. Everything that exists or can exist is in this ace. It's the seed of the universe. When this card shows up, it's a gift, a sign that you can make a lot with a very little. There's a great card. So something big comes in. Again, it might not be the relationship. It might be big opportunity and stuff, but that kind of an energy, a lot comes off it. Very attractive to like energy. And then omens, signs, you're on the right track. Perhaps signs about relationship, but I'm still not getting the relationship piece yet. Ugh. Only Maria's talking to me today. You miserable lot. Oop. What have we got here? I'm feeling those. We've got the goddess. The goddess chipping away, being persistent, like that water. The divine feminine, being persistent, chipping away, and then the maiden of air. It's already 2 signs this morning. Cool. The maiden of air. Then the maiden of air. She encourages intuitive, spontaneous, and joyful communication. So someone's going to come in and you're going to be full of it. You're going to be like on fire, like feeling great, and there'll be spontaneous, intuitive, joyful communication. Very cool, Maria. Yeah, I'm in the flow as well. We've got flowy energy right now. It's good. When things work out, you know, and things show up, and you can tell, like, oh, the universe is on my side again. Things are happening. Really good. Hey, Mandy. Yay, someone else is in here. Thank you for talking to me, Mandy. It's just been me and Maria and a few creepers just watching and not saying anything. I'm almost better now. Still a little bit runny nose, still a little bit cleary throat, not so much coughing anymore, which is good. That seems to have cleared up now. I wonder if it was COVID. I don't think so, because it didn't have any of the weirdness that COVID has. I do like these glasses. Kind of cool, huh? I got 4 of them. Mr. Delivery Guy yesterday tried to deliver me. Oh, he brought me a box of broken glass. They gave it to me and I shook it, and it's like, this is broken. This is like completely broken. It's like, what is it? And I said, well, it was a glass container. It's like, you can give it back to me right now and I'll send it back. Yeah, like, let's do that. I don't need to open it. Work interferes with your interaction. Work does interfere in life, doesn't it? I try and make mine so it doesn't interfere. I've got a really nice balance. I love my days off. I really do. Super active yesterday, which just suits me. I love it. So, it's pretty much saying, Divine Feminines, you can expect to be alone for a while still. There's going to be more waiting. But not alone like, oh, nothing's happening. Alone and like, woohoo, great things happening for me in my life. What else? What else do they want us to know? Does anyone want a mini read? Because this is going to be over pretty fast. That's not it. Cards are messy. Cards are messy today. Three of Pentacles. Plans, doing things, being creative. Thank you, Tara. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, being creative. Planning, creating things. The Tower. Ooh, okay. That's not good, is it? Let's read the Tower out of this deck. She's so mad that she's fully glowing red. Like lightning striking, unexpected changes seem to come out of nowhere with no warning. In their wake, they leave the world altered forever and looking like quite a mess. An unexpected event that changes everything. So, plans are working out. You're getting on with plans, you're being creative, and then there's a shock that comes in. A surprise that changes everything. Not necessarily making you happy. Seems to be disrupted in a nice flow kind of thing, and you're in your groove and things are going well, and then something happens that you're like, I don't like this much. And then what? Queen of Chalices. You're in your feels and something happens. Something happens that kind of knocks your feet from under you and makes you emotional. And that's when you get to the point of receiving. Could be when this King of Cups comes in, huh? Hey, David. Could be when this King of Cups comes in. So you're at a vulnerable time because something's happened, something surprising has happened that gets you all emotional. What's this? Seven of Swords and the Six of Wands. Seven of Swords, not a good card. So it could be that everything's going great for you. You're on this path to success. And then Seven of Wands is a bit of disruption, that Tower, a bit of disruption that was like, why this, why now, why me, what, how, I was doing so good, it was all flowing. Trust can be breached in many ways. When we take what's not meant for us, we're behaving in a way that is counter to the truth. Because like attracts like, expressing untruthful energy attracts the same and creates more in the world. Whatever we create, we're responsible for. Something taking something that doesn't belong to them. So there's a disruption. There's something breaks. That's what I was getting from this Tower. Like something could break, or there's some kind of disruption, and you are like in the flow, and it gets you all vulnerable. It could be down to someone doing that. But then the Six of Wands, it feels like there's going to be a new level of A new level of achievement comes from that. Hello, the blonde sunshine self. Is that you, Tara? You put a capital Q at the start of your comment with the question and not just by itself. Thanks, Tara. Thank you, Amanda. Monday. For your donations. Six of Wands, this woman has focused her will and set her intention has achieved great heights, quite literally. It's amazing what we can see when we can overcome challenges and reach our highest potential. The recognition of others is always nice, but nothing really matches her inner satisfaction. It feels like there's going to be a rebound thing. A rebound, like something knocks you off your perch kind of thing, this flow, this great energy, and then to make you vulnerable, that could be when a masculine comes in and can give to you. But then you're back to achievement again quite soon after. I know, it's weird. It's a weird story. 10 of Wands. Burdens down. Dropping the burdens and starting something new, to start something new. So it feels like a disruption happens in work or somehow in your life. It could be, I was feeling like for some it might be like a death of someone in the family or something like that. Gets you all vulnerable, gets you out of that flow. You return to the flow, but things have changed. You drop some burdens. So something could give you a wake-up call, like, I don't want to be working all the time. So yeah, that could be what this story is that you're in the flow, you're working a lot more because things are going really good. You're in that flow and then something happens that gets you in your feelings and stops you, something disruptive, and it stops you in your tracks, and then you gain more balance from it after you drop some of the burdens. And you start again, start anew, but from a more vulnerable place is what it feels like. From a more vulnerable place. And then those two cards. The Emperor, Divine Masculine. Seven of Pentacles. The Emperor invests. Then the Emperor invests. So, to reiterate this story, what it's saying is, you're going to be fulfilling your own heart's wishes by yourself, Nine of Cups, and then waiting on someone to come in with a reciprocation to have a new start. The Fool, right? Meanwhile, you're the Empress, owning it, building your empire and all of that. Your wishes are coming true. A masculine is freeing themselves from something. All of this is about you, a glow-up kind of thing, great stuff happening, being in the element, but it's all very single energy. There's no divine masculine coming in here, but a lot of opportunity, a lot of glow-up kind of thing. Again, you've got working at something and planning and it all flowing and going really good for the divine feminine. Then there's some kind of a life disruption that knocks you down, knocks you out of that flow, has you feeling a bit vulnerable. You right yourself pretty quickly after it, but you don't go back to where you were. You do things slightly differently. You've reassessed your life. You drop some of the burdens and you start again, but slightly differently. Hey, Taryn. And then the masculine comes in and invests. It's like there needs to be a glow-up energy and then a shift to the vulnerable, and then the masculine invests. I am about to finish up, Taryn. Hi, Connie. I am. Interesting, huh? I've not heard this. Not heard this story before. I've heard it now. Let's get some mini reads. Blonde Sunshine Soul, waiting for your question. But let's do Mandy first. General read, please. General read for Mandy. I think I need to put a little bit more coffee before I do this. Slurp. Let's put that there. Coffee number 3. This one's a hot one. Yum, yum. Okay, Taryn, go ahead. Mandy, general read for Mandy. Mandy. Oh, it's who you know, not what you know. Expansion coming from connections. So it's who you know, not what you know. Networking and yeah, growth comes through other people at the moment. Let other people help you, let other people bring opportunities to you, give you a leg up, that kind of thing. Let's get another couple of cards out. Face the situation and meditate. Okay, are you a bit withdrawn at the moment, Mandy? Are you? When I pull those cards, it's like, oh, it'll come through networking and other people and all of that kind of thing. Did that have you go, oh, I don't really want to people at the moment? Because I'm kind of feeling that with these cards coming out. What is it that's keeping you away from people at the moment? Why don't you want that to be true, that your next growth step is through other people? Expansion, it's more than growth as well. It's really big. So meditate on that. What has you pulling away and like, oh, I don't want it to be people. I'm all peopled out kind of thing. Face that situation. Try and find what it is. What has made you feel like that? Because usually when we feel like that, it's not people that's the problem. It's the wrong people that are the problem, right? And the wrong people aren't a problem at all, because you can just say no to them. You can just like not choose those ones. Only go to the people that you want in, you know. So meditate on that to get to the crux of that. Thank you, Taryn, I've got it. To the crux of what is kind of having you not want to do the people thing. Been working with networking at work, you're withdrawn, once bitten, twice shy, yeah. So meditate on that and face that and get to the bottom of it, because you can empower yourself, right? There is a way around it. We don't need to put up with idiots. And it might just be that you need to have more boundaries and say no to people, but it might be that you need to get more comfortable with confrontation, telling people you don't speak to me like that or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It might be about your communication skills of how to deal with people like that. I'm pretty sure I'm like nice enough. I've learned so much from Thai, right? The Thai, I love that the way that they do it, because they're very emotionally transparent, right? And so if people are good with me, I'm good with them. And if people aren't, I'm quick. And it's not like a response. It's not like I'm doing the same thing back to them. I'm not like that. I'm not like I'm holding my vibration. I'm not just being responsive and being crap back to someone that's being crap to me, right? But my energy does shift, and I reach them at their level, but in an empowered way, kind of thing. It's like you don't do that, you know. So it could be that you need to develop more skills, people skills, to be around boundaries. So that's you, Mandy. Tara, this is general. You're separated from husband, but it's been hard. Struggles. Gives you high anxiety. Ouch. My DM is hot, cold, and butt heads get along, not talk. Ghost, but then cares. Unsure if I should let this connection go, if the problem is my husband, who's been the issue in the past. Why we have no communication. Stalked you in the past when you left. Wow. But then it can be wonderful. Yeah, people are like that, right? We're everything. Okay, so should Tara let the connection go? Yes, let it go. I mean, you can't lose really with letting go. Letting go always allows the best. Do you know what I mean? It's like I've had my business, right, for since the year 2001, I think. 2001, I think it was when I started it. And there's been a few times where it's just like, oh, well, it seems that that's it now, that, that's the end of it. I'm getting the signs to end it. And I let it go. Luckily, I don't delete everything, but I let it go. And it comes back as something new shortly after, or something slightly changed. And just that art of letting go, that act of letting go allows it to transform, if it's going to transform, right? But you don't do it, you don't like pretend that you're letting something go, thinking it's just going to come back transformed. You let it go, you're like fully willing to let it go. Let's get some cards out for you. Inner Leo has been very cagey and pacing. Yes, let go. Success, own my idea. Get focused on something else. The men of trouble. That's what I heard. The men of trouble in your life. Get focused on something else. And that's true. Friends go like, Chloe's single. And it's like, oh, there's nobody but trouble here. There's nobody but trouble here. Why are you with the trouble ones? It's my question to them. I'm just waiting for someone that's right for me, you know? Own your idea about success. Warmth, we still keep quiet. Okay, right. So get on with your life is what this is saying. Own your idea about success. So this is like, get on with your career, other things in your life. Don't be so focused on relationship. Warmth card is about being open-hearted, but it's like, it's their move. Do you know what I mean? It's their move to sort something out and then come at you with something good. And you can be open-hearted, but you don't need to get involved, and don't invest, not in either of them, until they're coming with you. You can be open, but then not invest, right? And until they come up with something good. So get on with, let go. Yes, let go of them both, and let them sort it out. Let them sort it out. You can be open enough, but not open to the bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Just be open to the good shit, not the bullshit. Be still, keep quiet. Don't get in touch with them. Don't get into it. I'm getting it for both of them. Don't be the proactive one. Don't be the one that gets in touch. Let's just get a couple of cards out for the husband and see if it's any different. Yeah, you'll need to sit it out. So you'll need to withdraw your energy until they sort themselves out. They're coming back to you, and it's enough for them. You give them enough for them to not sort it out themselves. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just need to give them space, and they'll sort it out themselves. But they won't do it if we're accessible to them, you know. So be less accessible to both of them. Get on with your own stuff. Be open, but don't invest yourself, and let them sort it out, and then come at you with something good if they're going to. Good, good. What about you, Taryn? What's your question? Did you put it in already? No. Any messages? Okay, Taryn, it's in your email, I've just noticed. Okay, Taryn. Messages for Taryn. That's what you thought. We can do too much as women. This is not for Taryn, this is for Tara. We can do too much as women, you know. You're too accessible. And it doesn't help them. What helps them is like getting them to stand on their own 2 feet and do it themselves. Okay, Taryn. Messages for Taryn. Be supportive but relax. Right. So Taryn, you're in this whole battle at the moment, pretty much like I was just saying there, of I like to be supportive, I want to be supportive, it's who I am, but it doesn't always go in my favor. It's not always of service to me when I do that. It's that balance between offering your support to people, but being relaxed about it. Not not taking the offer of support away, but being relaxed about it is like, I don't need to be the one that steps up. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've got a group of friends, something needs organizing. They say, who's going to organize this? You don't always have to be the one to put your hand up, right? To offer your support. Same with work, same with anything. If someone's going through something, you don't have to offer your support, even if you notice they're going through it. You can sit back and just trust them to do it, or trust that someone else will step forward. It's okay to do that. When we feel like it's not okay to do that, when we always have to offer our support, that's because we think there's something lacking in us, and we've got to prove ourselves, and we've got to be supportive, you know? It's like a try hard kind of an energy. When you get out of that energy, you see it in other people, especially women. You see a lot of women doing it, being this try hard energy. They want to help everyone. It's like, yeah, I'll give you a lift there, and I'll do this, and I'll do that, and I'll do this, and I'll do that for you as well. And you're like, what are you doing, girl? Don't be so willing to do all of that stuff. Why do you need to? Like, someone else could have done some of that. They could have done some of that themselves. So, yeah, and that's it. When someone tells you the problems, it doesn't mean you need to step in and offer support, right? So, yeah, that, girl, you don't have to do everything. You don't. And instead, trust. Trust them. Trust that the load can be shared amongst many. And trust that you just don't have to be in that role all the time. That's you. There you go. That's where I'm getting it. You can relax about it. It took me a while to do that, because I'm like, I'm the healer, I'm the helper, I'm help everyone. As soon as I notice someone in weird energy, which is like all the time, isn't it? I can help them. I can tell them something. And it's like, it's exhausting. And it really gets people's back up as well, because it's judgment too. You know what I mean? If you're doing something and someone chips in, oh, I can do that better than you, or let me help you, or you need support in that. Or even like words of support, like, you can do it. It's like, I am doing it. Why do you tell me I can do it? As if you think I'm believing that I can't do it? You know, it can come across as judgment when we are too supportive like that. So chill and relax. Hey, Gianni. Nice name. What else? Nice. So really, it's about healing. It's about healing yourself, because we only want to do those things when we think that we have to, or think that we're not like worthy of other things. It's weird. I've got this friend, right, and she does that. She does way too much. She's running around for everyone, like doing too much. She's trying to do too much for me. And then one time, I was ordering something for myself, and I got her one too. I thought, oh, she'll like this too. So I ordered two. When it arrived, I gave her one. And she crumpled, and she was like, why did you do that for me? Why do you keep on doing things for me, Claire? I said, I don't. I do things every now and then. But you're my friend, and that's what I do. I don't do it all the time, just do it occasionally. Why don't you do that with other people instead of like wanting to help us all the time? Hmm. So it's all about your healing, you see, because it's it's born of trauma. It's born of insecurities when we do stuff like that. It's not about the other people. It's about us wanting to feel valuable. And you are valuable. You're valuable as you are, just for yourself. And if other people haven't found you valuable and have wanted you to do more for them and all of that, then that's their problem. That they couldn't value you is their problem. Yeah, you need to start letting people help you, and it's all about healing. That's what's going to lead to this expansion. So trusting that everyone's kind of in the same place, everyone's at the same level, everyone's a mess, everyone's struggling, but we've all got this, and we can all empower ourselves and figure things out ourselves, and we go through challenges to do just that, to grow it within ourselves, and just trusting that everyone can do that. So perhaps children, and even then, children, give them a bit more, space to try it themselves first. You see these videos, right? Have you seen them? Like, there's that guy that with his niece and nephew lets them practice pouring from a bottle into a cup, and of course it's going everywhere because they're really tiny toddlers. And he's got the patience to do that. There's not many people that have got patience to do that, right? We'd want to step in and help them out and do it for them. But wow, videos like that, when you see someone with like ultra patience with toddlers and just letting them make a complete mess like that, good on them for doing that. I couldn't do that. Couldn't. But it's good if we can, right? And we can certainly do it with adults. We can let them make their messes and learn from it and know that they will learn from it. But there's also this element too, Taryn, of you realizing that it's also nice for us to help each other out too, right? That makes us feel loved when someone steps in, especially when we're asking for help, right? When we get to that point where we ask for help, that's not when you like go, oh, I'm not supporting you kind of thing. That's when we step forward and we can be that supportive role to people when they've asked for it. Now, you are as worthy of that help as everyone else and of feeling love. And so how did I start letting people help me? Because I was the same. What it was I started helping myself. That's what it was. All the support that I was trying to give out to other people, I gave to myself instead. It was a certain point in my life, and it was a few years ago, because I moved to this island and I was partying a lot and drinking a lot because I used to use drink and alcohol to suppress my anxiety so that I could function, so that I could be around other people. But of course, that had me meeting all alcoholics and people, so the people that did make me feel anxious, because they couldn't be present with me, right? So I got myself in this loop, and I was trying to help them. I was seeing their problems. I was seeing this stuff, and I was trying to help them. But I suddenly woke up one day, and I was like, I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm trying to help them, but I'm in the same situation. It's me that needs help. It's me that needs help. It's me that's in a mess. It's me that's, kind of put myself with the wrong people in these situations and all of that. And so I took a step back and I stopped going out, and I'm like, oh, I'm the mess. I'm the one that needs all of this help. I need to prioritize myself. And I prioritize myself. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sort myself out. I stopped going out. I stopped drinking. Started staying in all the time by myself, which doesn't sound great. And it wasn't at first. But then I got into this groove and I started doing better things for myself. And I was reading in the evening, and I was, and really just taking care of myself, cooking for myself and all of that kind of stuff. So pouring all of that support into myself. My business took strides forward when I did that as well. But what I was doing too was more of the exercise. I've always been into that my whole life anyway, but I was going to the gym, and I was doing that before. But what I noticed was then when I was going to the gym, from this sober, more insular kind of a place, whereas life's just about me and I'm not really that bothered about other people and what's going on for them at the moment. What I noticed was when I went to the gym, the people there were saying hello to me, and they always did say hello to me, but I never gave them the time before. I never invested in those relationships before. I never had conversations with them before. I'd just say hello, get on with what I was doing before, and then go off to the pub kind of thing for sundowners and get into my comfortable place where I'm drinking. But from that kind of stable place, I would start having conversations with them. Now, these were healthier people. These were people that were always around before, but as I said, I hadn't invested in it. And nor were they that forthcoming with me either, because I think I had weird energy. But they were forthcoming then. And it was those people that I started receiving from. They would invite me to things, get friendly with them, and they're like, "Hi, do you want to come with this?" And then they would be like feeding me and stuff like that. Now, being generous with me, and allowed it in because I could trust them. And it felt very different than the people that I was around before. When they gave to me, there was like resentment behind that, or there's always an agenda. They wanted They wanted to like buy me a drink because they wanted me there drinking with them, kind of thing. You know, it wasn't clean. It wasn't clean at all. And I recognize that when I was receiving from, say, people buying me a drink, I always felt like I was owing them back a drink. Do you know what I mean? It was transactional. I could feel that it wasn't clean. It wasn't somebody out of the goodness of the heart wanting to give to me. It wasn't that. Sometimes it would be, but very rarely. But with these people, it was very different. They would invite me along just to be with me and be generous with me, right? And I got used to it because I could trust those people. It was very different energy. And likewise, I could be generous with them too. And I got it. It's like there's some people that you can receive from, and there's a lot of people you can't receive from because they can't give cleanly. And when you get around those people, as I said, which I only did by really withdrawing to myself and realizing that I had to sort myself out, those people were already around me. The people that you fit in with are already around you. But until you clean up your energy, you won't see them or interact with them properly. You haven't found your people, but I'm telling you, they're everywhere. Your people are everywhere. But you need to prioritize yourself, Taryn, and do all that support. All that support that you're giving to other people needs to be on you now. And if people around you, say your daughter, are going, oh, this isn't any good. You're not giving us your energy anymore. You're like, I just need to sort myself out at the moment. I need to take a step back. I need to get selfish at the moment. I need this time for myself. I'm not doing so good, and that's what I had to say to some friends. You know, they wanted my attention. They wanted my time. A lot of them just dropped away because I wasn't there. But some of them tried to draw me in. I'm like, I can't do this right now. I'm going through something. I need my time to myself. I need to focus on myself. And that really worked. It took a while. I would say it took a few weeks. It was kind of gradual the way it happened because I always work out, right? So I was going to the gym, but yeah, it was gradual. It was just kind of saying hello to people, and that got more and more. It's like the different people. They'd always been there. They had always said hello, but like I said, I just hadn't invested in them. There was something unfamiliar about their energy because it was unfamiliar to me. They weren't the ones that were going out and drinking and all of that kind of thing. You lost your people for one person. Oh dear, David. That's not good. So, yeah, there you go, Taryn. You got this. You can do it. If you can help everyone else, you can help yourself. You just need to do it for yourself now. And you'll feel super selfish when you do. You're moving. Great time to do it. Great time to do it when there's a big change like that, right? And yeah, start off in a different energy. Change things up. Not good energy around you, yeah. Yeah, and that's what I've found. It's like looking back, the place I've moved around a lot too, and looking back, I did have the good people around me. I just wasn't invested in them because they didn't feel familiar. I mean, I came from like a really abusive and alcoholic family, so that felt familiar to me. And I still find myself a bit drawn to people like that. They feel more like my people kind of thing, even though they're not. They're like so different to my energy. And a lot of them would be annoyed at me as well because they could kind of feel that my energy was different too. You know? I'd be doing the things that they were doing and then be saying, Claire, why are you doing that? You shouldn't be doing that. As if I was at a different level than them. But they were kind of right. It's very strange looking back. But I can see all the places that I've lived. I can look back now and recognize that there were good people around me with good energy. I just didn't invest in those ones. I just didn't. So, and I wish I could have that time again and invest in the right ones because there's some great people. But I would interact with them and then I'd run away. I remember how I was because I had this anxiety all the time. I don't have it anymore. Thank God. I don't have it anymore. I healed myself, and this process is what healed me too. I don't have that anxiety anymore. Now I can be myself and I'm cool about it. I've got all kinds of energy, open to all kinds of an energy. Okay. Well, there you have it. Thanks everyone for coming along. Let's do this all over again on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. I will be doing a pick a card read today. I'm putting that out later, which will be the tarot reading next. I think it might be the tarot reading next. Yes, it is. It's a full Celtic Cross tarot spread that I'm doing today. So check that out on my YouTube channel later. Don't forget to click like on this video down there before you click off. That helps me out. And subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Come along to our Facebook group. Stay in touch in there. There's the link to it. And what else? Have a great weekend. Yeah. Let's do this on Monday. You too. Have a good one, everybody. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for your donations too.